Guys, a very interesting several minutes for you right now, exactly. So we have a steady wind, steady 5-6 meters per second. I mean, it's a very good thing to see how all of them perform. I mean, this is the Ukraine-made small 2-meter diameter wind turbine, 7-meter height. That's the M3, that's the M3 kinda, because that's modified to be M3. That's FT2000, FT1000, and FT1500. Each of them on its appropriate controller, and let me show you how they perform. So the Ukraine made shows these values. Wind fluctuates actually. Right now it's 3.64. Just a fraction above it was shooting for 5.6. But I mean it's steady, so we will be able to see. That's the FT1500, and I mean this controller is definitely showing everything, all its potential, only on if the winds are like 4+ meters per second, because that's the PWM controller. Same applies to the ballast controller. So I don't have LHCM right now, because one of the guys who has the similar wind turbine asked me very, very strongly for LHCM controller, and he wanted even to pay for the Avia, for the air delivery, and I told him, like, forget it, I will give you mine, I will probably get myself something later, but I had this one, so I have something spare to use. I mean, that's a pretty decent production for like this low wind. That's the FT1000. It has a benefit because it sits on an MPPT controller, and the MPPT, as you know, makes a huge difference. Look for PW, this upper value. And the M3 shows like slightly less than the 2.0 diameter Ukraine made, because like relatively it's a smaller diameter, so what can you expect? Because at the same exact time, the bigger the diameter goes, slightly better. Just a fraction, but I mean everything is nicely proportional, everything is good, and it just works exactly as it probably should in these kind of winds. So let's circle one more time. It's blowing steadily, just like steadily. So you have, once they sit on this, and they just like show what they show. Oh, that was a heavy blow for FT100. 1000. It's over spinning everybody else for a fraction. But I mean, it's wind. It fluctuates. They may rotate a little bit from here to there. This is the M3. M3 is a good competitor for this Ukraine-made wind turbine, but I mean, obviously, because of the bigger diameter, the Ukraine-made shows probably slightly better results in the long run and the long term. That's the only claim. But I mean, I don't want to get any better controller. That one is absolutely perfect. It doesn't need anything more specific. The only thing I don't like about it, and I'm not sure if I will be able to see it here right now, the tail, I think, is slightly longer than it should be, and it moves here to there quite more than, for example, M3 does. Let me try to show it to you, maybe from this perspective, and you will see that it swivels way more than the other does. But I mean, it's 2 meters higher, and it should be showing much more stable production. But I mean, you see that's the movement it has. Those sitting on top, they like don't move at all. But this one in the middle, it moves. It moves here, there. You see. Still, I mean, that's a good setup, I think, already. Everybody sits on its place, but and I have no idea what to develop next, aside of the only missing tower, the 15-meter one, for the 4.0, the 300 volts, 380 volts wind turbine. That one that will be added next. But so far, I mean, I will shorten the tail, definitely. I see that one is too long, so it reacts too much on each wind fluctuation. You see, like that's what it does. M3 doesn't do this. M3 doesn't do this because it has a perfectly aligned tail up to my calculations. So, I mean, that one sits stable. This one doesn't. It's a small trouble. I will just like do this a little bit later. I had to. That's the very first nice test for it, anyways. So yeah, let me know. I mean, somebody asked me where can I get one. Look, there is no link. There is no possibility to buy it somewhere on the internet. It's a local made. I showed you all the ins and outs to just like for you to understand how can you build a wind turbine yourself, because this is something. This is something not really too much tech savvy, but that that is that is a good machine for the money anyways, but the guy won't be able to produce a lot. That's the difference between the factory and just like a normal garage guy. He produced only 31 so far. This one is the 30th. uh and yeah, that's it. And he has got a line for like 2 or 3 months, is because like people want to get these wind turbines locally, and he won't be sending them abroad, obviously. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know what do you think about all this, and if you would apply anything differently. I will also be trying different controllers for this wind turbine, just like to know how they work, if anyone is better than the other. But anyways, and tell me please, should I get the LHCM, the buck and boost version probably? What do you think? I know some of you probably have those, so if you know that the buck and boost controller is maybe probably better, but the MPPT one, of course. I mean, that's for the biggest guys so far. That's what I'm curious about. So if I need a controller, and which one, or should I just live with the ballast blue one that I currently am using as a backup? Yeah, thanks. See you.